in this feud is them. They have a beef with each other, and they made it so personal that I can't wait to see these guys go at it. Just see how it is,
Yeah, I apologize. We were supposed to be on YouTube and didn't go off, but we're live on YouTube now.
Oh, fuck them.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Be nice.
I'm always nice.
Be nice. Keith Lee should have a long reign as champion.
Don't get me wrong. I love Keith Lee. I think Keith Lee's a fucking superstar. He's a fucking horse.
I'm a fan.
He's a great fucking big guy.
I'm definitely a fan.
I love his spirit bomb. I love his fucking
I like his agility as a big boy.
Dude, he can go. He can
legit go. But I feel like they built him up too much, And I'm not saying Cross ain't going to be champion eventually.
He will be.
I don't think and if he does, I think it was just bad booking on their part for fucking just because now, and like you said, they're trying to build talent. They're trying to build.
I just think right now they're in the remember how a couple of years ago before they got the UE, they got they were rebuilding. They were in the rebuilding stages of NXT, and I was like, Phil, man, I don't know, man. I'm not digging NXT anymore. They're in the rebuilding phases again. He was like, no, you kept telling me it's gonna be good. Don't worry about it. Then they got Adam Cole, Dread Dragon. Then Roddy came in. And then but Pre-Dawn,
Gargano and
Ciampa, and then fucking FTR was on there. And I was like, man, this is money, dude. This is really good shit.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, now they're back into the rebuilding phase. I can't knock NXT right now because they're just trying to build stars. I'm telling you right now, Bronson Reed is probably going to be another big star for that company because he's a big boy who can go. I think Karrion Kross is going to he's going to be the face of that brand eventually, and Keith Lee's going to move on to the other one of the other brands, either Raw or SmackDown.
Yeah, I think after it's all said and done, Finn Balor will probably get moved back up. Keith Lee will go up.
I think Finn Balor should get the NXT North American title.
I think he will be. He will be North American.
I hope from your mouth to God's ears. I hope you're right because he deserves it. He's been put on the back burner without a belt for a long fucking time.
And then he's going to give it to the next guy coming up.
Who do you think? Who do you think?
Oh, that could be anybody, man. I mean, at that point, you're looking at anybody.
What do you think of Cameron Grimes?
I like Cameron Grimes.
Trevor Lee, you like that guy?
Yep, I like him.
I'm still trying to see if I like him or not.
The character itself is like the hillbilly shit. I'm over it, but it works for him. And he cuts a good promo. And he can work.
A lot of people don't realize this, but he's a second-generation wrestler.
Yeah.
His father trained with the Hardy Boys in Omega. And his father actually passed away a couple of years ago. So
look at that.
Yeah, he's a second-generation wrestler.
The more you know.
And I'm his ability in the ring. I'm very impressed with. I don't know about this character. As him being this little hillbilly fucking from the bayou. He reminds me of fucking Steve Kerr at Skinner. The way he dressed up.
Oh, Steve Kerr can work though.
He could. Steve Kerr was a great worker.
The fabulous ones. Him and
Stan Lane. Yeah.
Yep. And he was the original trainer for OVW.
Yes, he was.
Florida Championship Wrestling.
Yes, he was.
And Dan Davis. Not Dan Davis, the referee.
Yeah. I enjoyed both shows. Both shows were fair. I love how the AEW faithful and then the NXT faithful are always battling and who had the better shows. I think both. I think every week consistently, just because the ratings tell otherwise, I still think both shows are consistently very, very good.
Yeah.
I'm just happy that we have great wrestling on Wednesdays.
I'm glad that we can enjoy some of this shit because I'm not gonna lie about it. It's fun. It's fun.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, definitely a lot of fun. Okay. What else before we go to break? I have New Japan stuff, but anything else we talk about? Anything else? Oh, we didn't go about McAfee. Are we McAfee now?
Yeah,
we're good. All right.
Let me ask you. What are your thoughts on Dominic Mysterio and fucking Seth Rollins?
All right. So they went and got AEW offered Rey Mysterio a contract.
Yes.
He turned it down. He's staying with the E
because he wants to help his son.
Right. I don't know how good he is. I don't know. I don't know.
He did a really good 619 on Seth Rollins on Monday.
He's a big boy.
He's much bigger than fucking than Rey Mysterio.
He turns eventually, though, right?
I see him turning heel.
Yeah,
there's something
he turns eventually.
Right? I don't think he's a good babyface. I think he'd be a much better heel.
Yeah,
that's just my opinion. And then what was the other thing on Raw that what do you think about this new group that's coming into?
All right. First of all, I like the Hurt. What do they call the Hurt company?
The Hurt business.
I like them. I don't like Bobby Lashley, but I like MVP, and I always love Shelton Benjamin.
I like
Benjamin.
Those guys. Don't get me wrong. I like MVP. I like Shelton Benjamin. I'm not a fan of Sloppy Lashley, but why is a show that should be building new stars revolving around guys that are almost pushing 50?
And why is Shane McMahon running a Fight Club in the middle of Raw?
It's retarded.
It's stupid.
Now, what do you think about the group that started that fire outside of the Performance Center?
Who was it?
Oh, you don't know about that? You didn't see that?
No.
You remember how they said, a new group of people?
Well, they were setting stuff off, and they didn't say who they were, though.
No, but what do you think about that? What do you think? I think it's just another overdone storyline where it's a bunch of outsiders trying to invade and make it.
Who is it?
Well, I think this is just my opinion. I don't know which wrestlers they are, but I think it's a bunch of furloughed talent that was the E is playing them off as their fired employees, and they're coming back as disgruntled employees,
like the new Nexus.
They're not
the new Nexus.
I think they're called the Retribution is the name of the group. That's what they're calling it on Twitter.
The what?
The Retribution is the name of the fucking.
No, they're not.
I swear to God, it's almost. I saw a lot of there was I think I could tell there was 2 women in the group and then maybe 3 or 4 other guys is what I saw. I don't know how I feel about it. I think it's the same storyline that's been overdone with the NWO, the Aces and Eights, and fucking any other group that's come in trying to quote invade another company. I don't know. This is my opinion, but we'll see how it pans out. I wasn't too impressed. I had a little bit of not an argument, but more of a debate with somebody that I work with in the film business, and he was like, "Oh, you shouldn't." He told me that I shouldn't have an opinion about. I'm like, dude, I watch enough of it to know what's good and what's bad. And the Hurt Business running Raw Underground was fucking around guys that are pushing fucking 50. Who cares? You should be building up fucking Ricochet. You should be building up fucking Cedric Alexander. Ali is another guy you should be building up. I'm not a fan of Ali, but he is a superstar eventually.
Scott says, what about Dijak?
Oh, man, I miss Dijak. I love Dijak. That guy's fucking amazing.
Do you bring him up now?
I would. Because, Cross fucking took him out.
Where are you putting him?
I say SmackDown.
See, I always go to SmackDown.
I think SmackDown's better.
I always go to SmackDown.
Because SmackDown, you know how Shane...
I want all my guys to go to SmackDown.
You know how Shane McMahon used to say it's the land of opportunity? It really is. SmackDown, you can really make a name for yourself. Look what happened with Drew Gulak. Look what happened with guys like Matt Riddle.
Of course. And I feel like they can do stuff with that. The hate business is retarded, Fallon says.
Whatever the fuck they're called.
The hurt business. The hate business, the hurt business.
More like the jerk off.
The newer Nexus, Matt Squire says.
The newer Nexus.
I don't know, man. All I know is that SmackDown's on Fox now. And once they get their audiences back, and once the world gets the new normal, I'm not calling it normal again because it's
going to be called the new normal.
The new normal.
That should be the name of the group. The new normal.
The new normal. Once they get the crowds back and the ratings and the Friday night gimmicks and all that, I want them to showcase guys, because you know what? I don't know. The writing there is just, it's shitty.
Raw is not good.
Yeah, Raw is not good.
The only thing that's intriguing to me right now is Seth Rollins
and
Dominic Mysterio.
Anything Kevin Owens does, and I'm not going to lie to you, I'm invested in Bayley and Sasha Banks. A teeny bit.
I'm over them. I'm sorry. They've run their course. They've done everything possible. I don't know.
They're having good matches, though.
They are.
That's the thing, dude. They're having good matches.
Now, did you by any chance see the SmackDown last Friday where Bray Wyatt put the mandible claw on Alexa Bliss?
I saw the clip.
That was fucking cool. That was
so him and Braun at SummerSlam, right? We're thinking.
Yeah, I guess.
What do you think? I got a text from our buddy Tommy, Fallon's brother. He said that they were thinking about moving. Vince wants out of Florida. Right?
Yeah, I heard about that.
Vince wants out of Florida, and they're thinking about doing SummerSlam like on a beach or on a boat in New Jersey, right? Now, mind you, the outdoor limit now in Jersey, I think, is 5,000.
Is it 5,000?
Yeah. The indoor one is like
500.
I don't know what the hell it is. It's like 12, I think. But I just play it safe, man. They wanted, and then they're going back to live programming apparently. And without a crowd, dude, I don't think it's advisable. But again, I'm just a fan. What do I know?
But they're also moving their trainees out of the Performance Center into another warehouse.
Right, and I heard that. But getting back to SummerSlam, of course, we'll get together for that, right? But I feel like it's not going to be. I don't know. Listen for the big four. if this is going to be the new normal for a while, the big four, you should do something other than the Performance Center if you can.
WrestleMania was awful this year.
Right.
It was terrible
because it was in a warehouse, dude.
And then fucking like SummerSlam, if they do something with a crowd, it should be at least outdoors, so that way we spread out the people far away from each other.
Yeah, make it like a Bash at the Beach from the '90s, from the early '90s.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Imagine if they ended up doing Bash at the Beach because I think they still own the rights.
Didn't Hogan like fight Vader or something like that on a beach? Was it like Bash at the Beach like '95?
It was him and it was Flair and Vader versus Hogan and Macho.
I forget who it was, but that was like on a beach. That was pretty cool though. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed the ambiance. I enjoyed the setup, not the match. SummerSlam and Sturgis.
That's not a bad idea.
In the mountains, I'll put anything in the mountains.
That's not a bad idea.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. But I just listen, man. I just want something. I'm glad New Japan is back because with the crowds,
they're doing a good job with the crowds. Honestly,
I got some results. I watched it this morning. They're doing the whole Summer Struggle 2020. The whole weekend they're doing some shit. But
I was going to ask you, who do you think wins the New Japan Cup 2020 for USA?
Oh, that new. I don't even.
I'm going with Cobb.
I want Jeff Cobb.
Cobb's going to win that. I'm sorry.
That's Mott Spock's boy.
Cobb is going to fucking win that one. I'm sorry. Cobb is just too fucking good.
All right. So before we get into New Japan and take a break, Marty Jannetty. Marty, you
never learn, buddy. Good God, dude. Is the alcohol and drugs is fucking you up that much now? You just revealed a possible, not possible. He said he did it. He revealed that he might have killed somebody, allegedly, back in the day when he was younger.
Yep.
And what do you think?
I don't think he did it.
You think it was just to create a buzz for himself?
I think he's just polluted. I think he knows what happened. I think he was there. I think he smashed whatever chick he was talking to. But I don't think he did it. If he did, then shame on me. But
I don't know, man. Marty's you'd be very surprised, man. Nick German had a story about Marty.
If I can quote the great Rick James, cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Yeah, I think I agree.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug. We, as fans, we hope he didn't do it. And we hope that he one day gets his life together before he kills himself because he's not a young guy anymore. And drugs are bad, okay?
Mr. Mackey.
Okay. Drugs are bad, okay? Let's see. All right. So let's go over this morning's Summer Struggle 2020. Yeah. From is it? Yeah, today's the 8th, right? Yeah.
Today is the 7th. It is 7th.
Yeah. Yeah, so it was the 8th there. All right, so Yuji Nagata beat Uemura, the young boy. Ten Koji, which is Hiroshi Tenzan and Kojima. I love Kojima, by the way.
You really?
Oh, he wrestled in the States for a while. He's badass. Beat Gabriel Kidd and Tsuji, the other young boy. Tsuji's a big kid, man.
Yes, he is.
He looks like a mix of Chono and Masa Saito. He's a big boy. He's gonna be a player. Chaos, Okada, Sho, and Toru Yano defeat Suzuki-gun, Dookie, Desperado, and Suzuki. Los Ingobernables de Japón, which is one of my new T-shirts, by the way. Bushi, Sonata, and the Rampage Dragon himself, Takagi, and Tetsuya Naito defeat Bullet Club, Dick Togo, the spoiler, Dick Togo.
Why is Togo still wrestling, man?
He started wrestling again. Evil, Gato, and Ishimori.
Why was Gato in the match?
They're having a tournament for the never openweight 6-man title.
Really?
Because of what happened with Evil. So the first round, Golden Aces, Hiroshi Tanahashi and Kota Ibushi with Master Wato as their 6-man partner, defeat Suzuki-gun, Taichi, Kanemaru, and Zack Sabre Jr. And then the other first round match was Chaos, Goto Ishii, and Yoshihashi.
Oof.
Defeat GBH, Makabe, and Tomoyaki Hamna, and Taguchi.
Okay.
So there you go. Now, tomorrow morning.
Yep.
Summer Struggle 2020.
That's racist.
It is. It is.
Fucking guy.
There's only one match announced, which is Okada, Yano, and Sho versus Bushi, Sonata, and Takagi. This is the Never Won Weight 6-man tournament semifinal. And the full card will be announced at a later date, which is, I don't know, 8 hours from now. I think that's it, Partner. Any other news, notes, anything?
I feel great.
You feel great?
I feel great.
I feel good, all right. Look at me, look at you. I'm over here now.
Oh, look at you.
Look at me, look at you. I'm over here now. Any other news and notes? Anything, guys? Are we missing anything? You want to before we go to break?
Rusev got banned from Twitch for like a day.
No one cares. No one cares about Rusev. I'm sorry, unless he shows up in New Japan and chokes somebody out.
Good Brothers. They want.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. I got the pay-per-view.
How was it?
It was fucking hysterical.
Was it really?
Yeah. And you know what? I went on a rant about Maria yesterday, right?
She's an idiot.
She showed up at the pay-per-view.
Did she really?
Yeah, she did. That's why I pissed him on about it. I'm all this negativity. I don't listen to podcasts, and I don't read wrestling news because it's so negative, and I don't do wrestling anymore. But the new faction just invaded SmackDown, and they're chasing crew members and attacking wrestlers. Okay, who is it?
The Retribution.
The Retribution. Anyway,
the new normal.
This is what bothers me about. Well, first of all, Talk Shop Mania was great. It was great. They had what's his face? Brian Myers was in it. Hornswoggle was in it. The two Russian guys, Nikita Koloff is pushing.
Oh yeah,
nice. They were in it.
The Koloff Legacy.
The Koloff Legacy. I like those guys. Couple of David Penza was the ring announcer.
Oh Lord.
Chavito wrestled fucking.
Stop.
Yeah,
he was on there.
Yeah, he wrestled
at 50 years old. He's on
Chavo Guerrero.
Wow.
He wrestled what's his face? Our boy from Chaos. With the eye patch. What the fuck? Why can't I'm drawing a blank already.
The eye patch.
Yeah, fucking Romero.
Rocky Romero. Okay, gotcha.
And his boy Kozlov made a return.
Kozlov went to
Yep, they didn't tag. That was a totally different.
Kozlov is still pretty young, dude. He can still go if he wanted to.
Yeah, he had a really. It's funny. He wrestled with a cigarette. Pretty funny. Yeah, it was good. It was fun. It was really cool. Me and Michael watched it. Me and Hammer watched it. We howled. That's how funny it was. Like hysterically laughing the entire time. It's definitely worth the $15. So if you can get it bootleg, I don't give a shit. But I bought it. I loved it. So it was fun. But what pissed me off more was fucking Maria and every other wrestler on social media who's gonna piss and moan about the fans or podcasters giving opinions about shit.
Why aren't we allowed to give opinions? Why? Because because we're not in the business?
Because everything's negative, right? But here's the thing. Our opinions are just opinions. Right? I agree. We're not, this is not right, wrong, factual. The only time it's factual is when we call something, which is a lot of times. Let's be honest here. Okay? But other than that, they're just opinions. And opinions are like assholes. Everybody has them. Some of them stink. Okay? I don't know why. And then the girls are like, especially the female wrestlers, they're the best. Don't be negative. Don't say that to me. But buy my half naked pictures on OnlyFans.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You know, or don't talk to me about racism because I'm dating a black guy. But but buy my 8x10s of me showing my tits, Jordan Grace. You know, who I want to do terrible things to. But that's another story, right? But like this is just the thing. Like this goes on and on and on, and then the wrestling fans are so fucking bad, man. It's like everything is so negative. Everything is so negative, and as I don't want to call myself a broadcast journalist, but I guess I am at this point.
Yeah.
But like I try to take the positive of every negative in pro wrestling because I love it so much. And the art form that it is. And there's always some good in anything bad in life.
I mean,
if you take the, and if you're constantly negative about every single aspect of your life, I feel like you're just going to give yourself tunnel vision and you're not going to see the bigger picture of something. Like people like, when, I look at pro wrestling as like a person who's a fan of the ballet would be looking at a ballerina, or a person, we have a lot of friends who are in theater. So how theater folks look at other theater folks, like they, like that kind of thing. And I was telling this to Lou, my buddy Lou from Ghetto Geek Squad. And you have to, you really have to, like, it's an art form, and you have to appreciate what these guys and girls are doing.
Correct. Whether
you like them or not, I can hate John Moxley all I want, but he entertains. You can hate anybody. You can hate Kevin Owens all you want, Seth Rollins, but they entertain. You go back 20 years, you want to hate Roddy Piper, entertain. I just saw an amazing Piper's Pit today, by the way, from '86 in the Garden. Fucking Paul Orndorff and Bobby Heenan.
Yeah,
priceless. And he had just broken Adrian Adonis's arm, by the way, and bragged about it. It was pretty dope. And he called him a fag, but they bleeped it. Loved it. It was 1986, and the Mets were in the World Series. It was October of '86 in the Garden. I digress. My point is, though, it's like you can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't tell the fans not to run their mouth, but then don't ask the fans to buy all your fucking naughty pictures. That was really my point.
Thank you.
And Maria was like, again, I have nothing against Maria because I love Mike Bennett. He's one of my favorite wrestlers. But like, you've done a lot in business, but you posed for Playboy. You've taken the 8x10s. You sold. They sell their ring gear. Ooh, buy my fucking used fucking onesie. I mean, like, stop. It's fucking ridiculous.
The sad part is there are fans that actually do buy it.
No, that's the thing. Listen, I won't knock anybody else's hustle. If Jordan Grace wants to sell her fucking clothes and her half naked pictures, and her husband to be is good with it, have at it. Okay, but don't tell the fans not to say shit because they're entitled. Whether it's wrong, right, indifferent. I'm not saying disrespect the person, like name calling and shaming and shit like that. That's just fucking. It's really pity, and it's really tough behind a fucking keyboard.
Yeah, when you're a keyboard warrior,
saying talking shit.
Exactly.
I'm talking about giving an opinion, right, wrong, indifferent. Let them say whatever the fuck they want, especially if you're a podcaster, because that's what you do. And podcasts are a dime a dozen now. So whether you have 10 episodes or 5,000 episodes, you're entitled to your opinion. Whether it's good, bad, indifferent, doesn't matter.
I mean, it doesn't matter if you're in the business or not. I mean, we watch the products, and we have an opinion. It's like, for example, yes, we're not in the wrestling business, but it's like telling somebody who watches, like, for example, Law and Order, and they're like, "Oh, you can't have an opinion on Law and Order because you're not in the film business." Then why should we watch the show? Should we not be able to be like, "Hey, I didn't like the fact that this person did this or that in the show." It's the same concept.
Yeah.
Whatever.
That's why I was mad.
I don't blame you.
All right, let's take a quick break. Let's plug our friends.
Let's wet our whistles.
And we got a cool little throwback for you tonight.
It's super.
It is super. Thanks for asking. Ladies and gentlemen, we are the Turnbuckle Throwbacks, and we are live on the rant, and we be right back.
Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
Okay, let's give this a try. The Shining Wizards is a funny wrestling podcast. No. The Shining Wizards is an insightful wrestling podcast. How about this? The Shining Wizards is a great wrestling podcast that airs live Monday nights at 7 p.m. East on rantmradio.com and Rant Entertainment Media on the TuneIn app. Of course, it's available on all podcasting platforms. I think that covers it. To check us out, go over to shiningwizards.com and get ready to join us for some wrestling talk and talk about wrestling.
I don't know. All those moments will be lost in time. Like tears in rain.
In a world where Hollywood tries to tell you how to live while doing the exact opposite, where fresh ideas are tossed away for a cash grab reboot, where the media has become nothing but propaganda and freedom is traded for what they tell you is security and safety, there is Inconclusive Breakdown, your weekly look at current events and entertainment with no political correct BS. Just news and uncensored opinions everywhere you get podcasts. A proud member of the Shining Wizards Network.
Horns up, beautiful motherfuckers. Radioactive Metal is here on the Shining Wizards Network, and we want you to listen.
Every week, we cover the world of heavy metal and speak to your favorite bands.
We discuss new releases, concerts, controversies, and everything else that's related to heavy metal.
And occasionally, we even talk about pro wrestling.
Catch us live every Thursday night on PureRockRadio.net.
Listen to past episodes at radioactivemetal.org or at shiningwizardsnetwork.com.
And remember, it's not metal unless it's radioactive metal.
Hey, this is Mike from the Midnight Jury. When you're done with this show, join my co-hosts Adam, Cal, Sydney, and I every Friday as we travel back to the last old school generation of the 80s and 90s to review the best and worst in pop culture, horror, and occasionally pro wrestling on WLWstudios.com or the Midnight Jury feeds on iTunes, TuneIn Radio, or Player FM. Go back in time when it was all about VHS, arcades, and hanging out at the mall. And remember that every second Saturday of the month, we go live at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Rant EM Radio, which includes taking your calls. Once again, that's the Midnight Jury on iTunes, TuneIn Radio, Player FM, and our home, WLWstudios.com. We'll see you there.
I hope everybody tunes in to the podcast Throwback Turnbuckle Throwback. I know it because it's been done to me so many times. But Turnbuckle Throwback, tune in to the podcast.
All right, we're back. We're back. Turnbuckle Throwbacks live on the Rant EM Radio, Rant Entertainment Media, part of the Shining Wizards Network, part of Dark Satellite Media, part of Choppy. You all right, buddy?
I feel stupendous.
Do you?
Oh, I feel great. You know what else is great? That we're in Studio J.
That we are in Studio J.
Thank God for that.
We are. Thank God for that as well. Yeah, man.
Did you hit the gimmick already?
What do you mean the gimmick?
The world-class gimmick.
I don't have the world-class gimmick. I told you I have to make it again.
Oh, fuck me. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. We're just gonna go right into it. But I want to do. All right. So
Preview.
the boys let me. The boys let me pick a throwback this week because it was my birthday.
Well, we let you pick the throwback?
Yeah, you
Man,
did.
I didn't let you.
It's in your contract. You didn't read it?
Oh, you're such a dick. Anyways, what did we let you pick?
I've been on such a Doc and Gordy kick lately. I mean, we're gonna be doing more Doc and Gordy matches, but I can't. I'm remiss, but we talked about a couple of years ago the run they had in '92 when they won the NWA titles. Like they were shit. Can I just play that promo again real quick?
By all means.
The Padocana Memorial?
By all means.
When they kill the Puerto Ricans?
Yeah, why not?
Hold on just a second. There has been a bad wreck, and I mean there has been a bad wreck. There's people laying all around outside.
What kind
this
of a
building.
wreck? What are you
I'm
talking
talking about a Puerto Rican wreck. There's been people laying down with arms wrapped around their heads. I'm talking about some people hurt, and we was just like 911. We was the first ones on the scene, right?
What
now.
did you see?
Well, I'll tell you something. Some guy come running in, screaming, "Doctor, doctor! Is there a doctor in the house?" And I jumped up and said, "Yes, we have a doctor in the house. Call 911. 111, huh? What do you got there, buddy?" No, you know something right here. If there's no Puerto Ricans to wrestle, what does that mean, Doc?
Lord.
That the Steiners have to go against us. That's right. That's right. The Steiners. Hey, just what the world's been waiting on. The Steiners will have to face Williams and Gordon.
They fought him twice, actually.
Yes, they did.
So we're talking about the Miracle Violence connection. We're talking about All Japan Wrestling, 1990, from December of 1990. So a quick recap. From what I read, I'm not too versed in All Japan. I'm starting to get my bearings back. Like, I haven't watched since the 90s. And let's face it, All Japan doesn't run as like New Japan does. They have the network, well, their own streaming shit, but it's, either way, I wish I was the toast at Choppy's wedding. I wish that was the toast at Choppy's wedding. Matt said.
Lord.
So, it's really fun because the world's strongest tag team tournament, they call it the World Strong League, whatever the fuck it was called. The World's Strongest Tag Determination League, or the World Tag League. So it was held every year in All Japan since 1977, and it ran the first couple weeks of December. And the first tournament was called the Open Tag League, but it was renamed to whatever. And it's held on the round-robin rules. You get 2 points for a win, 1 point for a draw, no points for a loss. And in earlier tournaments, only a time-limit draw would provide the 1 point with other methods, such as double DQs, double countouts, whatever the case may be. The Real World Tag League was a mistranslation by promoter Giant Baba. Saiko, which means strongest or not real, but Baba used the English word for it for promotional material only. So between 88 and 94, the tag championship was normally vacated for the tournament.
Yes.
I didn't know that until I found this match, which would be determined the new champions. The rule was reinstated in 2012, but again ignored by the following year, but reinstated again in 2014. So 2000 and 2015, a vacancy was determined by a separate post-tournament playoffs between the second and third place teams. Tenzan and Kojima are the only team to win the World Strong Team, the World's Strongest Determination Team, and the New Japan Pro Wrestling World Tag League, and as well as to win both tournaments in the same year, 2008.
That's great.
Okay. So this list is distinguished.
It's a who's who.
From 77 to current. The Funks have won it 3 times. Bobber and Saruta won it a bunch of times. Brody and Hansen won it. DiBiase and Hansen won it.
Can you believe that? DiBiase and Hansen? Oof.
Tenryu and Saruta won it a few times. Kobashi and Masawa won it 3 times in a row. Kawada and Masawa won it. Akiyama and Kobashi won it twice. Dr. Death did it with 2 different partners 3 times. He did it twice with Terry Gordy, which is what we do one tonight, and he won one with Mike Rotundo in 2000.
Oh, cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
In 2000?
Bubba Ray and Devon have won it.
Yeah, that I know.
Okay. I mentioned Kojima and Tenzan. Joe Dory and Great Muta have done it. And then, Joe Doring did it 1, 2, 3 times.
Holy shit.
So one of my favorite All Japan wrestlers is Miyahara, the world champion. He won it 1, 2, I think 2 times. It looks like it. Okay. Anyway, but here we are, 1990, and the tournament. Let me tell you, here's who was in the tournament. You had Mighty Inoue and Kimura, Joel Deaton and Dick Slater. Okay. Blade Butch Masters and Skywalker Nitron. You remember Nitron from WCW,
yes,
right?
I do.
Okay. Dynamite Kid and Johnny Smith, the new British Bulldogs. Okay. Johnny Ace and Kenta Kobashi were fucking amazing at that point. They won a hot run. Abby and Kamala, too.
Yep.
Andre and Baba, which I'll get.
Ooh.
Yeah, let me tell you something. Yeah, let me tell you. If this was 10 years prior, this team would be unstoppable. Okay,
it was almost embarrassing to watch.
Yeah, Akira Tay and Jumbo Tsuruta were amazing. Doreen Terry Funk, Kawada and Misawa, and then of course the match we're getting to tonight, the finals of the Strong Determination Tournament was Gordy and Williams, the Miracle Violence Connection versus Stan Hansen, who you just heard before, butcher our promo, butcher our name, but you can't blame him. He's an old man, and of course Dangerous Dan Spivey. Funny enough, though, I found this match and I didn't know about the tournament. So when I sent you and Jay the breakdown,
yes.
So the finals were Gordy and Williams versus Hansen and Spivey. But so now I'll give you the point breakdown. Gordy and Williams finished with 19 points.
Yep.
So did Hansen and Spivey. Oh no, Hansen and Spivey had 18 points.
Yep.
Misawa and Kawada had 15. The Funk brothers had 15.
Which to me, by the way, Misawa and Kawada with only 15 is amazing because they were like the superstars at that time.
They were the superstars of the company.
Hell yeah.
Correct. The Funks had 15. Tay and Tsuruta were on a rip.
Yes, they were.
They were on a rip. But then Baba and fucking Andre had 14 points. Better than Johnny Ace and Kobashi, who had 10 points.
That's a fucking crock of shit right
there. So this is just Japanese booking, though. It's like, I don't speak Japan, but it is what it is. So the tournament went from November 15th to December 7th, which we're talking about tonight, to decide the World Tag Team Championship. Now,
Kobashi was still a rising star at this time. So for him to only be how old is Kobashi at this point? Like 23? He must have been like 23 years old at this point.
Kobashi?
Kobashi must have been 23.
Let's see.
He was very young.
Let's see. I'll tell you right now.
Because he was born in 67.
So hold on a second. How old is he right now? He's 53.
So he was definitely 27 years old.
But yeah, late 20s.
So going back to Baba and Andre.
Yeah. Oh. I mean, we could do a whole podcast on the tournament.
Oh my God. Baba looked awful. He looked like,
dude, they got 20 points the next year.
How? Why?
They didn't win, no, but
oh my, Andre couldn't even drop an elbow.
Baba was bad, man.
But what about Andre? He had to crouch and then drop the elbow. It was embarrassing.
You saw some of those matches, right?
Oh, I saw everything.
They were fucking.
It was embarrassing.
Yeah, the tournament is
Another thing that was very good to me, what I noticed right away. To me, it just shows the popularity of Kawada and Misawa. If you guys ever played, I know Phil has. If you ever played any of the Aki video games with
the WCW, the N64 games,
yes,
the Aki engine,
yes. I never realized it until I saw these clips that how much of Kawada and Misawa's motions were used in those games.
Oh yeah,
it's unreal how much was used from how much of Misawa's moveset was used in those games.
Yeah,
I saw everything. I was like, oh my God, they used Misawa to the T on those games.
Baba looks like a giraffe. John Georgie said.
You know what? That's a very fair comparison. Baba looked like one of those like Remco he looked like a Remco figure. He looked just that bad. He should not have been in the ring. Oh, and also Andre. But I tell you, this match was so stiff.
Yeah. I don't think we talk about Dan Spivey enough.
Dan Spivey was a very good worker for a guy his size. I thought he was good. I mean, even after he became Waylon Mercy in WWF, I thought he was still fucking good.
Yeah.
But that mullet was sweet.
I think Johnny Ace's mullet was better though.
You think so?
Oh my God.
Oh, no.
Johnny used more hair product.
Mm. But then
look at Kawada's fucking.
Yeah.
Kawada had a sick mullet too. Dude, Tenzan still rocks a mullet. I saw it this morning.
Tenzan's got to be like 50 now.
He's in his 50s, correct.
He's former NWA champion.
Former WCW US champion too.
Yes.
So was Kazuki Sasaki.
I love Sasaki. Oh.
Very decorated guys.
Yes, he is.
But yeah, Tenzan's a mentor. He's the curtain jerker now for New Japan.
Yeah,
and he opens up. But
it's fine. He's 50, so it's fine.
It's fine. But yeah, of course the match was stiff. but it had to be because you're the two top point earners in the tournament.
And to me, the finals just shows how much faith the Japanese had in these gaijin in the finals.
Oh my God, yeah.
Because let's think about it. You had Spivey, you had fucking Stan Hansen, who was a staple of Japan.
Correct.
And then you also had fucking Gordy, who was a fucking beast, and Dr. Death. Oh my God. And to me, it's like, well, keep in mind that both Gordy and Dr. Death are not with us anymore.
Yeah.
But like, this is 1990, guys. I just want to let you guys know that Gordy is 29 years old.
Yes.
And he looked like he was 45 in this match. Due to all the damage.
Well, he beat up his body.
Badly.
Like personally, he had demons.
Yeah, of course. We knew that.
But
he lost a lot of weight, though, for this.
But you see, the thing is, too, is like when he left the Freebirds fully and took the better pay in Japan.
It was smart.
I don't know if see, here's the thing. I don't know the background of Gordy. I'm learning now. I just ordered the best of. I have all their matches. I love the Miracle Violence Connection. Probably like one of my favorite tag teams of all time. And they never got love when I was a kid because, again, these were guys that I knew. Like I knew Doc from the UWF and the Varsity Club, and I knew Bam Bam from the fucking Freebirds. But like when at this point, wrestling was so different. And then when you go to Japan, you have the King's Road style with All Japan, and you have the fucking strong style with New Japan. And it's a different game. And you have to understand something too. Gordy wrestled as a teenager.
He did,
right? So it's like
the thing is, by the time I think by this, do you think he was already past his prime?
No,
even considering the fact he was in his late 20s?
I don't even think he was. I think he was in his prime because again, if you're wrestling since you're a teenager,
15, I think
you're already wrestling almost 20 years at that point.
Oof.
Right? And he could have stayed. He would have made money in the States. That's the thing too. When Doc and Gordy came to the States for those 2 months, whatever it was, and they beat Dustin and was it Nikita?
And then
they beat the Steiners. Then the Steiners beat them. But this was a big deal if you knew. If you were in the know, I was in the know.
So you knew it was
I was I was about to graduate high school, 1992, 1993. I was invested. So when they came to the States, it wasn't a big deal for the casual fan like you or the younger you or anybody else, but no disrespect. But I'm like, I knew. I was tape trading. I was reading the fucking dirt sheets. I was reading the Melts things. I was reading the fucking magazines. I was invested. I was looking at the standings every month in the back of the wrestling magazine, right? So, he was the executioner for the Undertaker. So yeah, that's how Matt Squires remembers him. But I mean, I'm telling you right now, knowing what I know now about the Miracle Violence Connection, they could have made money in the States. I can't say the same for Spivey and Hansen. I think Spivey was in the right place at the right time, like 2-3 times, because he replaced Barry Windham in the USA Express. Then he was in the Skyscrapers. He was a mid-carder. He had U.S. title matches with Luger.
I felt like Spivey could have been a much bigger deal if they had let him run with it.
Now you have to understand something too. This was December of 1990.
Correct.
Hansen fought a Halloween Havoc against Lex Luger for the U.S. title.
He did. That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
Now we'll be doing that. That'll be our Halloween episode this year. It's 30th anniversary. I asked Stan Hansen why he didn't stay, and if you listen to the interview we did with him at the restaurant, so apparently Stan said he had a baby on the way at that point, and he didn't want to be away from home with the schedule. With Japan, he could just go for work for a couple of weeks and go home. He had a house in Colorado. He was in Colorado.
I always thought that he was a Japanese. He lived in Japan for such a long time.
He might have when he was there.
Yeah.
But like he married a Japanese woman.
Yes, he did. You're right.
And he had children, but his house was in Colorado. He's been in Colorado for like 30 years. He moved to Colorado around this time. So he said straight up, because I said, why didn't you stay? Like we all wanted you to win. Like I was rooting for you hard. He was like, nah. He goes, I had a kid on the way. I couldn't. Their schedule sucked. And I was like, okay. And you know what? He wasn't going to make that money in WCW.
He made it. he made all of his money in Japan. I mean, even when the AWA tried to give him the world title, he was like, "Fuck this company! I'm going to go to Japan, where that's where I make the most money." And he was the AWA world champion.
He beats Rick Martel and then runs
with the Boston Crab, mind you.
Yeah, and then Vern Gagne's like, "Give me the belt back." Okay, then runs it over a couple times with his pickup truck.
I love Stan Hansen. God bless him.
I love all these guys. I mean, and you Unsinkable Battleship. You have, and the quality of wrestlers in this tournament. Take away the Blade guy and fucking Nitron and Baba and Andre. Everybody in this tournament was going to be a superstar, especially Jumbo Tsuruta and Akira Tay.
And Kobashi,
Kawada, but Jumbo Tsuruta was like the man.
Tsuruta must have been like close to 40 at this point, wasn't he?
No. Hold on. I'll tell you.
Jumbo Tsuruta?
I'll tell you. Hold on 1 second. Tsuruta.
I could be wrong though.
Tsuruta passed away young. He was young when he passed away. He died at 49 in 2000.
So he must have been close to 40 because this is 1990.
No, if he died in 2000, so 10 years, he was 39.
Yeah, so
you're right.
Close to 40, yeah.
Yeah, he died in the Philippines. He had a liver transplant malfunction on him.
Oh, that sucks.
But
I forgot to ask you. You probably know this better than I do. Did Dr. Death ever tag with Gary Albright in All Japan? Because Gary Albright was a staple of All Japan, wasn't he?
He was. I don't know if he tagged with. There is a best of. I want to get that.
I've never seen Gary Albright wrestle.
Oh no, dude, you would definitely.
But I've heard like the legend of this guy because he was so good. He died very young too. He died in his 30s. So I would love to see stuff about him.
I mean, Dr. Death, he was strongest wrestler for like 3-4 years in a row from 87 to 90, right? But he, let me see.
I remember him gorilla pressing fucking Gordy over his shoulders in that War Games match.
Yeah, he won it once with Gary Albright.
Yes.
He was an 8-time All Japan World Tag Team Champion.
Dr. Death you're talking about.
5 with Gordy.
Yes.
1 with Albright. 1 with Vader. 1 with Johnny Ace.
Wow.
He was Triple Crown champion once.
Good. He deserves it.
He won. I told you he won the World's Strongest Tag Team. He won this tournament 3 times.
Yes.
And then he won the Battle Royal Kurikan Hall thing that they have every New Year's. He won that twice actually. He was IWA Japan Tag Team Champion. He was the Most Improved Wrestler of the Year in '85. He was Tag Team of the Year in '92 with Gordy. And again, '92, you're like, okay, like. I guarantee you the 92 magazine kids are picking this up and they're like, who the fuck are these 2 guys? Because again, like it was unheard of. Gary Albright was trained by the Wild Samoans.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
Thanks for that, man, Georgie.
But you mentioned it before, the guy Jin that came out of there that went to Japan, like everybody that went there made an impact. And to this day, it's felt. With New Japan.
Now, let me ask you, why do you think guys like Dr. Death never got a fair shake in the States?
There's rumors of his recreational use of stuff.
Was he?
Yeah, it's rumors, though. I mean,
I don't think he was that.
There was rumors he had a bad attitude. There was rumors that he was a homer. Jim Ross was his boy. The whole thing with the whole, brawl for it all, whatever the fuck it was. But even in WCW, I mean, like he could have been money in WCW. Here's the thing, though, he wouldn't get past the mid card.
That's sad.
So they see the money. Hansen saw it. Johnny Ace was smart. He went and at the time he was a fucking mid card tag team. He wasn't going anywhere. Like these guys, Gary Albright, Dan Spivey, guys that were good but not good enough. They weren't the Stings. They weren't the Flairs. They weren't the Hogans.
I'm not even talking about them winning the world title.
But I'm talking about card status.
Yes.
These guys are all main eventers now. Okay? Anywhere in Japan. And it's different. They're like celebrities there. It's a different mindset there.
Yeah.
They treat foreigners gaijin, and it's a bad word when you say it in certain terms, but I confirmed it with my Japanese contingency. It's a good word when you're talking about foreign wrestlers coming to the country. But the gaijin are treated differently, and they're well respected. When Brody died, When Brody, I think, see, Andre went there. Andre changed the game because of his size, and he was an attraction, right? But the guys have been going there for years. You know, when even in the Ricky Dozan eras, like like Luthez and fucking Carl Gotch and all those cats, they were going to Japan, but it wasn't like I mean, Bruno did a bunch of tours in Japan, but Bruno was like, you know, Bruno's money and bread and butter was up east in New York. Correct. These guys saw the writing. And they said we can make, and then they were made stars, and then they made stars. Misawa, who took he was Tiger Mask, done.
Took it off.
Kenta Kobashi was a young stud at that point. Kawada. Saruta was the man. Jumbo Saruta was the man at this point. He was the Mac Daddy. Then you brought Vader in. Gary Albright.
Yeah.
The Road Warriors kept going back there. Fast forward the Steiners, the Dudleys, all these tag teams that cut. Now, the Dudleys and the Steiners and the Road Warriors, they didn't have to go to Japan, but they took the right to pilgrimage, and they fucking went there because it was the right thing to do. And it was almost like the path that they, you know, if you're on that path of greatness with tag team wrestling, it's almost unfair that you don't go to Japan.
Yep.
That's why the Gorillas are so good. The Briscoes and, you know, all the Bullet Club guys, but you look at the tag teams and the Gaijin that came in and out of Japan. It's like, again, I'm not well versed. I'm good enough to know that this was a big deal. This is a big deal because, this was an all Gaijin headliner.
Yeah, which was amazing
when it wasn't a thing like it is now.
Yes.
Like it is now in Japan.
That's what I'm saying. For all Japan to have so much faith in the Gaijin that are in this main event is a testament to their love for these guys.
Let's talk about the impact that the Miracle Violence Connection had. So they come to the States. This is before they come to the States, and they're building it. You know, they're building it, and they have this reputation of being fucking reckless. Hansen is so smart because he didn't just have one tag partner. Hansen tagged with guys that he knew were going to hang with the guys he was fighting. That's why he got Spivey, and he got Vader and Brody and Bam Bam Bigelow, but like it's not. This is not a secret. You know, there's a method to it. You know, this match was so good, and we'll put it on the Facebook page later.
So stiff.
It was stiff, but these guys went all out, and it was a fun match.
I love the fact that there were times I didn't know who to root for in this match, just because everyone was like nobody was a heel or babyface in this match. It was just like they just beat the shit out of each other no matter what. There was like clubbing blows. At one point in the match, you see Terry Gordy slap on the Scorpion Deathlock, and I was like, "What the fuck is Gordy doing?" It was great. Good. It was great stuff in this match.
Hansen at one point he goes to get they spike pile drive.
Yes, they did.
Williams, right?
Yep. By the way, it was beautiful.
Yeah, because it was funny because when he picks him up, like Hansen picks up Doc, and it looks like it's gonna be sloppy because now you see because Hansen is legally blind.
Yes,
and he'll tell you that too. Like,
is it just one eye or both eyes?
I think it's both eyes.
Really?
Yeah. Like they were playing monitors in Miku-san's restaurant, and he actually had to get up and walk to the front of the. Yeah, he couldn't see they were playing the ceremony, but Bruce Brody's funeral, whatever, in the ring, and he was there, but he doesn't remember it. So he had to walk to the front of the bar and look
That's sad.
Yeah, because, you know, but still, I mean, you know, but anyway, so he looks to the side. He's looking for Gordy to come in, and then Spivey runs in and fucking they drop him on his head. And it was insane, right? They drop him on his head, and then it was a kick out, and then Hansen's like, get him up. He goes for the lariato. And
by the way, how stiff was Stan Hansen's lariats, bro?
Oh yeah, he hit, and then he hit Doc so bad, and then he picks up Doc. He whips him against the ropes, and then Doc finishes it, catches him in air, 300 pounds.
Was that Hansen 300?
Yeah.
No.
Hansen was definitely 300.
No way.
At one point, well, Let's look at his. Let's look at his last weight. Hold on.
300 pounds, Stan Hansen?
He was definitely 300 pounds.
I got this up.
Hold on a second. He was 6'4", 321.
No, he was not.
Yes, he was.
Holy shit.
Thank you.
321 Stan Hansen?
So now think about that was the finish. Doc catches him almost in midair.
That's strong. That's scary strength.
Stan Hansen 6'4", 300 pounds, right? 320 it says here.
And Doc's death must have been like 270.
Doc is got to be close to 3 himself.
I want to say 270.
Let's see. His last weight, he was 6'1", 285.
I was close. I was
okay.
Close. Yeah,
all right. Good. So, but think about that for a second. That's fucking. He won the strongest wrestler in 3 years in a row. It's so profound that and these guys are like, there's no. They build stories, but it's not. It's different in Japan.
Yeah, it's not about like
they don't cut promos.
No,
they cut promos in the back, but it's like
it's more sport area oriented than it is entertainment.
So I mean, these guys don't talk about the match very much. I mean, they'll get together and be like, all right, here's what we're gonna, But I can just imagine, like, all right, they talk about the finish. Stan didn't really leave his feet.
No,
for that, he caught him. Went to hit him with a clothesline, and Doc literally picked him up and fucking power slammed.
I said, "Fuck you!" You're going
power slammed him. I don't know if it'd be a pin now, but back then it was like it looked legitimate.
Well, Stan was already almost towards the end of his career. I mean, like he was got to be almost 40 at this point.
Yeah, well, let's see.
Or 41, whatever the hell it
is.
Let's see. Because he's born in 49, if I'm not mistaken, and this is 1990, so he got to be like 40. I don't know. I think Stan wrestled until he's like 50. I think
he's 70.
He's 70 now, so he must have been 40.
He was August 29th was his birthday. So he had just turned 40.
Yeah, so okay. There you go. Stan Hansen he's one of those guys that doesn't really get talked a lot about.
Well, I mean, listen, he's a funk product.
He is.
Okay. West Texas guy, the bad man from Borga, Texas, the unsinkable battleship. One of my favorite wrestlers of all time. You guys all know this. He played, he took the football route. Him, Brody, all those guys, Dusty.
They were journeymen.
Yeah.
I think that
he was in New Japan first, by the way.
Was he really?
Yes.
I thought he was always all Japan, no matter what.
For almost 10 years he was in all Japan. So I'm sorry, go ahead.
I think a guy like Hansen deserves to be in like some sort of Hall of Fame. I don't even think he's in any Hall of Fame.
He's in the WWE Hall of Fame.
Is he?
And Phil Ray, a fun fact, Japan, Hansen is the only guy to pin both Inoki and Baba in championship matches.
Again, shows the faith that they had in that man, because a lot of times the Japanese are not known for putting over the Gaijin.
Let me tell you his tag team partners. I mentioned,
please.
Okay,
please do.
Brody, Terry Gordy, DiBiase, Tenryu.
The DiBiase one really surprises me.
DiBiase, Tenryu, who is the sixth man with the Road Warriors after they turned on Dusty.
Correct.
Dan Spivey, Bobby Duncombe Jr. Yes. Another guy who wasn't going to get his cuts, and he went to fucking Japan. Dude, I'm telling you, look it up.
Bobby Duncombe Jr.
And Vader. But the feud that put him over the top was with Andre.
Yes.
Even though he pinned Inoki, even though he pinned Baba, they would, after Ricky Dozan, those guys are the most important wrestlers in Japan. Right? It's safe to say.
Yeah.
And then in our era, it would be Muda, Masachono, Misawa, Kobashi, right? But Hansen and of course then earlier that year he knocked out fucking Vader's eye in 90.
He popped it out of its socket.
Yeah. He wrestled on the Summit show. He lost to Hogan. And then he beat Terry Gordy in June for the Triple Crown.
Mm-hmm.
And then, he wrestled Vader again for it in June. So 90, this is 90. He's 40 years old.
Yeah.
So, you're looking at he was only in the AWA for a year, by the way.
I gotta see one thing. I gotta see this guy's resume of championships, because I'm sure it's a lot. It's a doozy.
Oh, championships?
Here we go. All Japan Pro Wrestling, NWA International Heavyweight Champion, NWA International Tag Team Champion with Ron Bass, and NWA United National Champion, PWF World Heavyweight Champion. This is before the Triple Crown was made. PWF World Tag Team Champion with Bruiser Brody, Ted DiBiase, and Austin Idol. That's insane. Triple Crown champion 4 times. World Tag Team champion, again, Terry Gordy, Tenryu, Dan Spivey, DiBiase, Gary Albright. Was also won the Champion Carnival from 92 and 93. World's Strongest Tag Determination League with Bruiser Brody. Again, the resume is insane. AWA World Heavyweight Champion. He went to Continental Wrestling Association and won the International Heavyweight title there. He's also won the Frank Gotch Award in 2017. When he went to Georgia Championship Wrestling, he was Columbus Heavyweight Champion, Georgia Heavyweight Champion, Georgia Tag Team Champion with Tommy Rich and Tommy Rich.
Guys, let me tell you about Dan Hanson's gimmick table. He's got a bunch of shit. I got my heel DVDs, my VHS. I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry.
This is before DVD. I got my VHS here. I got my tie-dye. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, Lord. NWA Big Time Wrestling, NWA Texas Tag Team Champion, and Texas Heavyweight Champion. The Tri-State NWA North American Heavyweight Champion. And then let's not forget that he was also NWA United States Heavyweight Champion and NWA World Tag Team Champion with Ole Anderson. So the resume is just holy shit.
Here's something here's some of the accolades that people won't talk about. Tokyo Sports is like the ESPN of Japan.
Yes.
Right? He's won Match of the Year 4 times. 92 against Kawada, 82 against Baba, 88 against Tenryu. Okay. They gave him the Lifetime Achievement Award. That was 20 years ago. Best Foreigner and Best Tag Team with Vader. So, the resume, you're not going to get this resume in the States.
No.
And I think the writing was on the wall for him. I mean, he started early breaking Bruno's neck on accident. And I asked him about that too. And he said Bruno was the coolest about it. He said it was and Bruno was, and he said to me, I said, was Bruno cool? He said Bruno was the best. He said, I went to see him in the hospital. And he said that, he knew it was an accident, whatever. But it's fucked up. It made him a heel, and he didn't want to be a heel. He was the most hated wrestler for that time.
Yeah.
Because Bruno was so over, right? So it's like, you look at it like that, and you just pull up his resume, and he's not getting that in the States.
No.
He could, honestly, he would have gotten a decent payday if he would have I'll tell you what, we could fantasy book him beating Luger for the title and then staying as the U.S. champion. You think he would have fought Sting after Sting won? It would have been interesting, because
he would have made Sting fuck his bitch in those matches. I'm sorry.
Sting can hang, though.
He can, but we're talking Stan Hansen here. Come on.
But that's the thing, man. I don't think the world is ready for these guys. These guys were a little ahead of their time in terms of gimmick and style of wrestling. They reinvented the King's Road and the strong style. They reinvented it. Mm-hmm. They took all the elements of what they learned and went to Japan and stiffed out the shit out of it. And it's just, for me anyway, for my buck, I can do without I love a good promo. You know me. I'm a promo guy. And I like all the glitz and glamour. I love stories. But you know what? If I just want to, there be times now, dude, I just pop on DVD and I'll watch a 3-hour fucking Stan Hansen DVD, and I'm like, even if it's background noise, you just watch him work against these accomplished Japanese wrestlers. It's amazing. And then some of the guys that don't work, a lot of American wrestlers work better in Japan. Johnny Ace wasn't that great here. He's a fucking skateboarder tag team.
Yeah.
He went to Japan. He was a god. Spivey, Albright, Williams, Gordy, Vader, Bigelow, and then the list goes on and on. Fucking AJ Styles and Finn Balor, Brock Lesnar, correct, Kurt Angle, fucking just got all these guys in that went over there. It's
Kenny Omega.
Oh, Kenny Omega, Adam Cole, Marty Scurll, junior heavyweight legend. It's it's just I don't know. It's a different ball game, but this particular match, set the tone for Gordy and Williams. Yeah. I feel like. Do you want to see? I'm sorry, cutting off. Do you want to? After you're done, do you want to hear the accolades of Dr. Death? Of course. So, All Japan Pro Wrestling, he was Triple Crown Heavyweight Champion once, and he won the World Tag Team titles 8 times. 5 with Gordy,
Gary Albright, like I mentioned before, Vader, Johnny Ace.
Yep.
And then we move on to the States. Mid-South Tag Team Champion with Ted DiBiase. The UWF Heavyweight Champion, UWF World Tag Team Champion.
With DiBiase.
Correct. Then we go on to World Championship Wrestling. NWA United States Tag Team Champion with Kevin Sullivan.
Varsity Club.
Yep. 2-time World Tag Team Champion with Mike Rotunda and Terry Gordy. And then the NWA World Tag Team Champions with Terry Gordy.
Twice.
Yep. And it's a nice list. It's not Stan Hansen like, but it's still pretty nice. Now, if you look at Terry Gordy and his stuff, I mean, Terry Gordy has an extensive fucking list.
Wait, how old was he in 96?
Who?
Dr. Death.
In 96? 36 years old.
He won Match of the Year in a 4-way.
Really?
With Johnny Ace, Misawa, and Jun Akiyama.
Holy shit.
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Here we go. Terry Gordy. Triple Crown Heavyweight Champion twice. World Tag Team Champion 7 times, 5 with Steve Williams, and then Stan Hansen twice.
Wow.
Yep. Georgia Championship Wrestling. This is when he was with the Freebirds. Right. NWA Georgia Tag Team Champion, and then he was National Tag Team Champion with Michael Hayes, and then once with Jimmy Snuka.
Yes.
Did not know that.
Yeah, that they were going to Japan with Gordy.
Yes.
Well, he was anyway. That was one of Gordy's tag team partners.
Now, if you want to go to WCCW, pooh, Lord.
Oh, yeah, that's
NWA American Heavyweight Champion, NWA American Tag Team Champion, NWA Brass Knuckles Championship, which I think was like their hardcore version of the hardcore title.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then the NWA World Six-Man Tag Team titles 6 times. And then WCWA World Six-Man Tag titles again with the Freebirds. And then the guy, I mean, Terry Gordy was very good on the mic. I thought he was phenomenal on the mic, and he could have been a single star if he had in the States. I think he could have, but I guess promoters didn't have faith in him just because of his attitude. I guess maybe.
I mean, you read so much shit though. You know, it's like
what are you gonna believe? Honestly, you know, I mean,
there's 3 sides of the story. There's yours, his, and the truth.
Correct. And then you also have, I think Dan Spivey's list is not that long because he was more of he just wrestled and he never really won a lot of titles. But
I got Dan Spivey stuff right
You
here.
got it?
Yeah. Dan Spivey was All Japan Tag Team Champion once with Hansen. He won the Tag League with Johnny Ace in '88. He won it 3 times with Johnny Ace and twice with Hansen. He was Florida Heavyweight Champion twice, and he was the UWF America's Champion. Whatever the fuck that means. Probably, I think you say a U.S. title.
Which it just shows that even though, he should have won more titles than what he had won because he was like a guy his size. The promoter should have been attracted to a guy his size because he looked like he could kick the shit out of anybody.
And he gave Bray Wyatt his character.
Waylon Mercy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's true.
Yep. So
we gotta do more Japanese matches, dude. This shit was fucking good.
He wrestled in 2015 at 62. He retired in 95. He returned to fight Dory Funk in a Bang promotion. Him and Spivey and Funk.
Dory Funk? Oh,
they worked a 10-man match.
Oof.
Yeah.
Dory
he
Funk
was arrested in 2007 for DUI. He owns his own company, Spivey Sober Companions.
I'm friends with him on Facebook, I think.
Spivey is also an ambassador for breakfast restaurant chain, The Breakfast Station in Florida. He's one of those guys, man. He's I mean, I told you he had that U.S. title match with Luger at Wrestle War, and again, like these guys are all guys that would not last in the States.
No. I'm gonna have to ask her for a favor. One of these days, we're gonna have to do a episode on Kobashi.
We're gonna do a bunch of it. I mean, I just bought all the stuff.
I know.
I mean, these things are gonna take you can't just do one match.
Yeah, I know.
You gotta just pick matches and you gotta just pick matches and fucking go with it. Yeah, we gotta do we gotta do the New Japan, the Cup from '94. We gotta do there's stuff with Liger. I want to do Muda. I want to do the Road Warriors. There's a Road Warriors in Japan compilation. I want to do that.
I would love to do Road Warrior Hawk and Road Warrior.
The Hellraisers.
The Hellraiser.
Kensuke Sasaki.
I would love to do one of those.
Power Warrior.
Power Warrior. Sasaki was even.
You look at his resume. I posted the other day.
Sasaki, by the time he went to Noah, He was a monster.
Oh fuck yeah, man!
He was a beast.
Yeah.
So big, man.
Yeah, that was fun, man. We'll do more Japanese matches.
I agree.
Jay, we hope you feel better, man.
Fuck him.
You missed a good throwback tonight.
What a dick. No, I'm kidding. I hope you feel better, buddy.
Happy National Beer Day.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you're getting.
Hope he's better by tomorrow. I want to hang out with him, have a beer with him. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
The triads are together.
The triad, triple threat,
3-man.
The
elite,
the elite of podcasting, as you would say.
That's right.
Are we the elite of Takeover Club?
Yes, we
are the elite.
Absolutely.
Okay. So we're like the Bucks and Omega.
Yes, you're Omega, and I'm like,
and you and Jay the Bucks,
like Fat Buck and Skinny Buck.
Some fatty Omega.
Yeah,
fatty Omega.
Fatty
Omega.
What would we call you? Well, Kenny Omega is the cleaner. What would you be?
The plumber.
The plumber, Fatty Omega.
The plumber. The son of a plumber, if you will.
The son of a plumber.
The son of a plumber, baby.
How would you know?
I hope Jay's pregnant, Matt says. Okay.
Poor Jay.
Okay, terrific.
Okay, terrific.
Oh boy. Are we ready to get out of here or what?
Let's do it.
All right, guys, we're on iHeartRadio now.
Yeah, isn't that great?
We're on Spotify, Google Play, Gimmick, iTunes, everywhere you can get podcasts now.
Matt Squire's Walkman.
Yeah. Passes the Dell's Discman.
Oh, the Discman. Do we still use those?
I thought Jay was Hangman Page. Yeah, basically. Anyway, thanks for hanging out with us tonight, guys. We appreciate it.
Uh-huh.
We'll see you guys next week.
Same bad time, same bad channel.
Yeah, man. I think that's it, right?
Yeah. Follow us on Twitter
and Instagram and all the happy horse shit.
Choppy2984, Turnbuckle Tbacks on
and
Twitter.
TurnbuckleThrowbacks.com.
Uh-huh.
We're out of here, bitches.
Later.
Say goodnight, Gracie.
Good night, Gracie.